Hey fish keepers, I've got a very fun video for you today. I've been nominated to do the Aquarium Tuber Tag Challenge. Basically, this is a video where you respond to some questions that were asked by somebody who challenged you. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer these questions and then I'm going to challenge 4 people. And I can't wait to see their responses. But anyway, got my questions ready right here and I'm going to begin answering them. The first question, how did you get into fish keeping? Well, I, believe it or not, was born into the tropical fish hobby. My dad, before I was born, had aquariums. He had many different species of freshwater fish. So, as a kid growing up, I've always had and been around tropical fish. At the age of 12, I had my very own aquarium, which was a 55-gallon aquarium, and I kept a red devil cichlid, which is a very gorgeous fish, but also it's a very aggressive fish. Then after that, I got a 75-gallon and 125-gallon aquarium, and by the age of 15, I began taking tropical fish very seriously. I began researching fish, and I began gaining knowledge on them, and I also talked to a few experienced fish keepers who showed me the ropes of the fish keeping hobby. After the age of 15, I began keeping freshwater fish of all species until the age of 22. Last year, I finally convinced myself to enter the saltwater hobby, and I have not looked back since. I love the saltwater hobby. Never say never, folks, because I said I'd never be in saltwater, but here I am today with saltwater fish, and I'm getting ready to have a 125-gallon saltwater display tank. All these fish behind me are in a 55-gallon quarantine tank. The second question is, what is your favorite fish? Well, I've got 3 favorite fish who are going to be battling out in a triple threat to determine who is my #1 favorite fish that I have right now. Coming in at #1 is my dog-faced puffer fish. Yes, there is such thing as a dog-faced puffer. Coming in #2 is my porcupine puffer fish. And coming in at #3 is my sailfin tang. Now, I love puffer fish in general. Now, I'm going to see if I can show you the puffers. They're right here, actually. This one right here is the dog-faced puffer. And this one by the heater is the porcupine puffer. Now he's right here taking a nip at the dog-faced puffer. I noticed he's been a little bit aggressive towards my dog-faced puffer, but I think as time passes, he'll be a little bit more docile. He has to get used to each other. Plus, they're going to be going into a bigger tank, so I think that'll help it a little bit. But that's the porcupine, and that's the dog-face. And underneath the rock is my sailfin tang. So those are my 3 favorite fish. And I'm really excited to talk about my favorite fish because I like them all equally. Question number 3 is, what is your least favorite fish? Well, I like a lot of fish species, but if I had to pick a least favorite, I would say the native fish. Not a big fan of native fish like sungill or sunfish or bluegills or pumpkin seeds or smallmouth bass or anything like that. I think they don't belong in the aquarium hobby, but some people like them. But that's just my taste. I really don't care for native fish. Question number 4. What filter do you use? Well, I'm a simple kind of guy. I simply just use a hang on the back filter. I use Aquarium overflow hang on the back filters. I think that they are sufficient enough. I have in the past used canister filters, but I find that if you do your water changes, plenty of water changes, at least 2 a week, with your hand in the back filtration should be significant. Alright, question number 5. What type of lighting do you use? Simple. Don't know what kind of brand this is, but to me it's just one that I use. It's one that I got with the old 75 that sold as a kit. So this is light that I've had for about 5 years now, and it's still working. So if you take care of your lights, you can have these lights for many, many years. Number 6, what is your favorite aquarium setup? Saltwater fish only with live rock tank. And then for freshwater, I'd have to say a fancy pleco tank with green royal plecos, L191, zebra pleco, green phantom pleco, and then some silver dollars, statinoids, flagtails, and things like that. Number 7, what is your dream tank? 300-gallon saltwater tank with a variety of tangs, blue hippo tangs, chocolate tangs, naso tangs, a whole bunch of puffers like dogface puffers, porcupine puffers, triggers, moray eels, things like that. For freshwater, it'd be a 300-gallon tank with freshwater stingrays, catfish, arowana, stuff like that. What kind of fish food do you use? Well, I use fresh market shrimp, nori for the allergy eaters. I also use clams, mussels, New Era saltwater food, and all of that great food. And the final question is, what is your dream fish? For me, it's a kind of moray eel. It's called a tessellata moray eel. I would love to have a moray eel of a tessellata. Very cool eel. Zebra moray eel would be a close second. For a moray eel would be my dream saltwater fish. All I see up here are snowflake eels or chain link eels. Sometimes you'll see a green wolf eel, but I really would like a tessellata moray eel. For freshwater, obviously, easy choice would be Asian arowana because they're really rare and they're an absolutely gorgeous fish. So those are my dream fish. And those are all of the questions. I hope you enjoyed my tuber challenge video. Now, I'm going to go ahead and challenge 4 fish keepers. The first person I'm going to challenge has a great YouTube channel, and he is M.A. Fish Guy. So I challenge M.A. Fish Guy to the Tuber Tag Challenge. The next person I'm going to challenge is also from Massachusetts, and he's a person I've enjoyed his videos for many years now, and that is Mass Aquariums. The third person I'm going to challenge is somebody that is kind of new to YouTube, but he just started his own channel, and that is Josiah Jones. I think this video will help him get started on YouTube and gain some more subscribers. Finally, I know this challenge is kind of big, and I might outdo myself here, but never say never. You know, he may accept it. I'm going to go ahead and challenge the king of DIY, Waru Joey, to accept the Aquarium Tuber Tag Challenge. Look forward to your answers. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Enjoy fish keeping, folks. Off to feed these puffers, and maybe some fresh food will calm this porcupine puffer down. He seems to take a little bit of nips out of the dog-faced puffer, but he hasn't really harmed him, but I just hope that he'll stop attacking them. There's plenty of rocks in here, as you can see, so hopefully they'll settle down over the next week or so. But anyway, thank you for watching.